Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the.
Hello, LG, and welcome to episode 2 of Rink Talk. Sorry, I totally lost train of thought. It's been a long day. It's been a long Friday. Really shitty weather. Garrus is having some connection issues, so he can't join us tonight, which... Oh, he just joined the call. So we're hoping that he can hang out with us for a little bit longer than he's been able to lately. How are you doing, Garrus, before we lose you again?
I'm gonna get this in real quick. I'm doing actually really well this season. 5-1 start. I'd like to thank Malcheski and Offs carrying me for a few games, but I'd also like to thank Horvat most importantly, along with the cycling defense and the strong goaltending we've been having. But I've been doing well, and I'm glad that we're off to a good start, but just keep throwing us your third lines, please.
I'm just going to say he's probably paid to say that.
No, I doubt that. Garrus is a genuine guy, unlike, you and I. We're assholes.
Well, when I heard how are you, I was expecting oh, I'm good. How was your day? Not, oh, yeah, I've been doing great this season. Thanks.
Well, hey, I'm happy. I need to do well.
Listen, Dave, you made a shot at me last week for the 0-3 week. Guess who's 0-3 this week, asshole? Oh, man.
I opened my mouth.
Yeah, hey, karma's a bitch. It comes back. Watch, next week I'm going to be 0-3. Just wait.
No, Garrus is. We're talking himself up.
No, don't wish that on Garrus. Come on now. So, as you can see, we're dealing with a little bit better picture quality today and hopefully better mic quality. I went out and bought a mic and new camera, so hope you guys enjoy the effort we're putting in. We got a couple things to talk about, news, a little bit of news in the AHL going on. Number one, our new media head, Bryson66, who ditched us, decided he didn't want to do Access anymore. That's why Rink Talk came about. And there goes Garrus. And here comes Garrus. He decided to leave us. Not a big deal. He is on overdrive this week. We did ask him to be on our show, but he said to me when I asked, he said, I only help the needy and you guys don't need any help. And I was like, oh, that means a lot. So what do you guys want to say about Bryson being the new media head?
Before I say anything about Bryson, I just want to tell everybody, because you mentioned you bought a new headset and a new mic. I just want to let everybody know that he cut his internet in order to pay for that.
This storm cut my internet. We're literally broadcasting right now off my mobile hotspot.
It's pretty ballsy. Bold move, cut and see if it pays off for him.
I know, right?
But yeah, as far as Bryson taking media head, I congratulated him obviously before and congratulated him again. What he's done for the LG community in prior seasons it has benefited the community greatly. And with what we did with Access last season, I can only imagine great things for the whole media team. Through behind the scenes in the Discords, he's really engaging and active and really wants to make LG media more user-friendly and interactive. And as you can see with what Tino's done so far, even the headlines that are like the write-ups. So I mean, as far as Bryson, if people can be and can stay committed, I don't see why not the media producing great things this season, quality content.
Yeah, and that's what's pretty cool is that even I know when Dunks was starting this up and I decided that I would join it, Bryson was like open. Any questions you need, I'll help out kind of thing. And so that's why I think it's pretty cool that he's taking the media head position, because for anybody who does want to do media, I mean, Bryson's the guy to ask. So, and he's willing to help, and that's what's awesome.
Yeah, because Bryson, I remember, last week when we were recording, Dave, I mean, I was like, how the fuck do I even set up the Google Hangouts call to automatically record to YouTube? And I gave him a call, and he's like, all right, here's what you got to do. Walked me through every step, and then I had some issues on Premiere. He walked me through that stuff too, and I was just, like, Bryson's a genuine guy, and he genuinely cares about LG and the product and everything about that. And I mean, to have someone like him heading it, really, other than F5 Penguin, who is my longtime friend, I don't think there's anybody else better for the job, in my opinion.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to our next issue. I wouldn't say it's an issue. I don't know. I'm a bog, so I can't really say it's an issue, but everybody wants to talk about it. The BOGs are cracking down in the chat box, mostly with the YAGMI and things like that. Apparently, there's a zero tolerance for it. I personally said, I don't see the big deal, but I guess Brody was getting complaints, which is understandable, and and I didn't really think about it in that aspect. But I'm sure the league and the people who say those things don't mean to offend anybody, and I'm sure they apologize if they do. But I don't know. Like, to me, I feel like the chat box is a fun thing and is some way to express yourself and to talk and have a good time with your friends. To me, it's a time waster at work. I'm in there all day at work because I hate my job. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Gareth.
Well, I hate to say it, I'm the one partially responsible for coining that term. I give a little explanation as of why the term was, I guess, jump started. So basically, there's this YouTube channel, I guess, YouTuber called iDubbbz TV, or iDubbbz as he goes by. And there's a segment where he was like jumping off the counter, and then like the camera zoomed up on him, and he said, I'm gay. And Bryson had that as his GIF on the LG chat box for a little bit, and Bryson types in the chat box, and backwards it's spelled Yagmi, and that's how it started. It was just basically through an inside joke through another YouTube that had I guess a homophobic context to it. I can understand why. I mean, as someone who is, I don't mean to go all liberal here, but as someone who's like a straight white male, it has no harm on me, and I could understand why it could do harm to someone who is homophobic, or not homophobic, that's the wrong term, who is homosexual or part of the LGBTQ community. So, it was just mainly a joke between friends. It kind of caught on with Tino, obviously, and Wonger, obviously, is a huge supporter of the Agni movement. But, I can understand why. Maybe it's something that needs to be clarified on, and I guess with the way that LG has been going, or has been, policed, I feel like it should need. I mean, I'm not saying it would need clearance, but it's just as far as like just saying it without offending anyone, it would just need, the air would need to be cleared on the topic. I mean, I do apologize if I have offended anyone with the coin of the term, but it was just a joke between two friends based on a YouTube video. So and iDubbbz is a little edgy, if that's the right word, as the cool kids call it. But overall, I do apologize, and if it has offended anyone, I guess we may explore other options as far as lingo that we use amongst one another.
Well, okay, so my take on this is, you know what, I think it's fair. I think it's fair that you're cracking down, because how far LG has come in the way of professionality, if that's the word. They're partnered with Xbox. They're partnered with EA or whatever. They need to be professional. If they're not professional, then they could lose these partnerships. And when you get into communities like this, you want everybody to feel accepted, no matter who they are. And I think that if it's an inside joke, keep it inside. I don't know, make a chat with you and your buddies and everybody you want to fuck around with, and keep it there. But as far as the chat box in general goes, just be a little more selective, I guess. I don't know. I would never say anything in the chat box that would be offensive in that way, towards, your sexuality or your race or anything like that. So I don't know. I mean, keep that inside, in my opinion. I just want everybody to feel accepted and want to play here and not feel like they're being discriminated against and not want to play.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's fair, and I agree with that. But I don't think like anybody was trying to offend anybody, and that's kind of the point I was trying to make. But nonetheless, if someone was bothered by it, they were bothered by it. And Sean just dropped again, right when I was going to ask him a question. This is awkward. Also, my power just flickered. Did anybody see that? That's bananas. Okay.
I did, yeah.
You saw it? Okay. Sean, you're back. Great. Perfect timing. I got a question for you.
Yes.
Did you get a haircut specifically for your first episode of Rink Talk?
Oh no. I felt like I was becoming homeless by the way I was looking. And I was letting myself go.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So as spring is going on, yeah, I figured. Well, I mean, there's a difference, but I mean, oh no, I figured a haircut. Oh, perfect timing with the show. May as well kind of look halfway presentable and less ugly on the show.
Looks good, buddy. It genuinely looks good. I like it.
Anyways,
so we're gonna roll into our next segment. Our top forwards, top goalies, top D, all that stuff. Don't have any transitions for it yet, unless Tino works some magic. So I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna pause for about 4 seconds so I can edit that out, and then we're gonna go. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are ready to roll into our next segment of top players, I guess we'll call it. Fuck it, I don't know. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna start out with our honorary member, because this is his first time. But we're gonna start out with Garris's top gun. Who is your top forward, Garris?
My top forward is Arctic Blair for the Manitoba Moose. He's a center. Went 3-0 in the week. As someone who had way more assists, I had 40 assists last season, not to know my stats exactly, but as someone who had a lot more assists than they did goals last season, I feel like people who generally get more assists, like the SJU Soccers of the world, the LG community, don't get any love compared to the goal scorers like our own Malcheski. So, with that being said, Arctic Blair, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points, and plus 14. Huge week. Would you want to proceed with the top defenseman, or would you want to rotate?
We'll rotate. I really want to say something about Arctic Blair too. And you mentioned Malcheski as well. Both those guys last week only had 10 giveaways, and they each, Malcheski and Blair, put up 17 and 19 points respectively.
Yeah, I feel like Malcheski and I would be a great line together, right?
You get the book all the time.
I'm kidding. Dangs is the perfect fit for that line.
No, it's like crazy. Like I've never seen somebody put up nearly 20 points, let alone 2 guys nearly put up 20 points.
3 guys.
Well, yeah, but only have 10 giveaways. Yeah, because Kev had almost 20 points too, and even then he only had 17 giveaways. I mean, that to me is like insanity, because I've never seen anything like that personally. We have a real treat with some of the forwards this season, and wow, these guys are really killing it. I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm talking, unless you got something to say, Dave.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and bring up my top guns. I got multiple this week. And I'm going to highlight the line of Nelcro, Croydon Knight 9, and Party Drew of the Springfield Thunderbirds. They each went 3-0, 13 points, 12 points, and 10 points respectively. So each one rocking at least 3 points per game. Springfield did not have a great week last week. They only won 5 games. These guys won 3 of those 5 games. They sit 1 point out of a playoff spot, even though they're in 6th. I mean, it's week 2, like I said. But, I mean, to me, that's really impressive. They beat some solid teams and, really put together a really solid week. If Springfield can get their other lines rolling, I mean, you got to watch out for these guys. But hopefully they can keep it up and keep up their strong play and keep getting wins for the Thunderbirds.
My turn.
Go ahead, buddy. It's all
Awesome.
you. Take it away.
So I'm going to continue with my trend of picking players who I feel like performed really well on teams that didn't perform maybe great. So with this week, I'm going to go with X Neri 93X, who plays for the Hartford Wolfpack. He ended up with 9 points on the week, -3. But he went 1-2 this week on a team that went 3-6. So he put up a substantial amount of points for his team while still, the team around him probably wasn't doing very good. And that's why I wanted to highlight him this week. But yeah, that's pretty good. 36.4 shot percentage as well. I wanted to say that.
That's not bad. And
it's average, but I mean, on a team that's not doing great, it's nice to see players can show that they can still score while on a team that's maybe not doing great.
Yeah, absolutely. And they beat his one win was against Gilbsy and no.
What wasn't it? Oh fuck.
No, it was Colorado.
No, it was Colorado. Whoops.
Yeah. They beat the Gilbsy and Rectify line, two guys who won the cup last season. So, very well done. In my opinion as well. And that's very impressive. Since we're on the topic of Gilbsy and Rectify, let's roll into our forwards who are in the danger zone, starting with my choices of Gilbsy and Rectify. I love Gilbsy and I love Rectify, and it really pains me to do this to them, but good Lord, did they have a terrible week last week. Gilbsy 0-3, 6 assists and a -5, and 22 giveaways. And Rectify 0-3, 4 goals and assists, -5, 21 giveaways, and 10 penalty minutes. Everybody said after last week Colorado was going to be great team, blah, 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 and I was really hyping them up in the chat box because they made some big trades last week. They made some huge trades. They took advantage of Hershey needing to bring in some new guys because their management quit and a couple other things, and everybody was talking about them, and they just go out and drop a dud like that. Really, in my opinion, it's unacceptable for two guys of that caliber. But what do you guys think?
Gilbsy and Rec, I heard some opinions about them in the offseason, but for them just to be together after what they did last season, just for them to do that is really upsetting for me. But, we have bad weeks. You shit talk those guys in Providence last season, but they turned it around. Providence still made the playoffs now. I think they made the conference finals last season. So, one bad week, you went 0-3 last week, but you turned it around going 2-1. So, knowing their quality, I think they should bounce back. Without a doubt. You got Ricky's MVP off that team, so they're going to head in the right direction.
I'm only surprised that management's already quit.
Well, I know that Matt had some personal issues. I think his girlfriend's dad passed away, and so there was just like some things going on, and he wanted to be there for her. And Neil only managed to manage with Matt, and so they were just like, Neil was like, if Matt's done, then I'm going to be done too.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know the story.
Yeah, it's fine. You wouldn't know. But I wish those two guys all the best, first of all, especially Matt. He's a super nice guy. I really didn't know him too well until this offseason. I played a couple clubs games with him and had some chats with him. Was really actually trying to get him to AGM with Bryson and play with us, but he ended up going with his buddy Neil, which is totally fine, but was super nice about it and everything. But an awesome guy, and I really hope he, everything works out in his favor. But who do you guys have for your in the danger zone forwards this week?
All right, I have our very own former bug, Swiss 97. Woo! 0-3. If he didn't have his name, I think he'd pay an all-expense trip to the CHL. I don't think anyone would waive him, but it's Swiss. So, oh wait, he's management. I forgot. Can't go to the CHL. You can only get fired. You can get fired for how bad you are. No, I'm kidding.
Pew pew.
Yeah, Q. Whopping 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points on the weekend, a -5. You're certainly doing well there, Swiss. So congratulations. I beat your top line earlier this week. GG.
Pat yourself on the back, Swiss.
Well, I actually did it myself. No, I'm kidding. Actually, maybe. All right. Anyway, Dave, who do you have?
Jesus. My bad forward for the week. I mean, that's not fair. He's an okay forward, but he had a bad week. I picked L or I, Atkinson, L or I of the San Antonio Rampage, who went 1-2 this week. The reason I picked him as our bad forward of the week is he's the only forward who played 3 games this week but didn't have a single point. To be fair, his line did beat Tucson 2-1, but he did not get a point in that game. And then he was shut out 2 other games against Utica and Rockford. So
well, at least
they're good teams.
At least he beat Tucson. I mean, those guys were playing in their parade after week 1, so
So good on you for beating Tucson. Should have played defense.
Yeah, for sure. That's honestly like I almost switched to forward this season, but Bryson was like, No, let's not do that. And I was like, you know
we
what?
have a really good decor because you're on it.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I see how it is. Why don't you rub it in a little more, Garris?
Hey, beggars can't be choosers. You decided to go way too high to a quality team, so.
Ouch. Taking shots at my team now. They're good guys.
They're quality.
They're good guys.
So, do we want to move into our island segment, or do we want to move into the in the crease segment? What do you guys want?
I feel like our top goalie, we didn't really go over defenseman. I feel like we should go defenseman because.
So you want to do island? Let's do island then.
Start from center ice and go back in.
All right. Dave, I've let us off once, and Garris has let us off once, so it's on you, champ. Who do you have as your top D-man this week?
Top D-man. Oh, I get to start with the top. Okay, so my top defenseman this week, I picked RD Flag of the Manitoba Moose. He went this week with 5 points, plus 14, which is why I picked him. But looking further into his stats, he only had a -3 on the takeaway giveaway. And yeah, just plus 14, man. You can't beat that. Well, you can, but
no, that's solid. One thing, I mean, we knew this going into the season that Manitoba was going to be good, but I was like, man, they're losing Lindgros and Askika and all these guys. Well,
apparently it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like the fourth line, I was like, how are they going to bounce back from that? And I mean, obviously, Breezy Lorenzo kind of helped balance out the mix or the loss of fourth line. However, like their defense was killer last season, and I was impressed. I'm very much impressed of how well they've been playing.
Kicked our ass.
Yeah.
But it's at least we can say that it wasn't fourth line's line that carried them.
That's true.
they still got another top line in their in Lorenzo and Breezy, another top line. But obviously, fourth line's line is on a whole other level. I mean, they're kicking ass in the NHL right now. I think Winnipeg's like 11-0-1 or 11-1 or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, plus they have Kev and the other dude. Fuck, we just talked about him, and I totally drew a blank on his name. Kevin.
Particular.
Yeah. So that's your top D-man, huh? RD Flag? Sean, who do you got?
All right. We have someone that is friends with a former line mate of mine, Ambient. His friend Glex, he was flexing this week. I don't mean the sound pun or any pun intended, but he told us to pick him up if he didn't take management. But Yeah, Glex for left defense in Providence Bruins, 3-0. 2 goals, 4 assists, plus 6, plus or 6 points, plus 9, 6-9. I get it, nice. He did go. He did have a -3 on the week. He had 14 giveaways and 11 takeaways. So it's pretty impressive for the numbers he was putting up offensively. So Glex from the Providence Bruins, he was flexing this week with a 3-0 record with 6 points and a 9 plus minus.
Very nicely done.
Completely pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely put that on a tee for yourself. And we're just like, out of here. But very nicely done. Wow, Lex, I don't even know who that is. You said Ambient told us to pick him up?
Yeah, Ambient last season. If he wasn't going and Providence was returning, he told me just, he's a good. Yeah, it was Glex. He told it was a nice pickup.
Oh, I wouldn't even know because I'm not management anymore, obviously. But I mean, hell, he's having a great season so far. So sorry, I'm checking the score of the Senators game.
You really need to check it. I think they're losing, aren't they?
Yeah, they're losing 2-1. I have Fleury in my fantasy, and I need to win this week to make playoffs. So that's why I'm looking. So let's see. Who did I have? Oh, duh. We've been talking about him the whole night. Not the whole night, but my defenseman of the week is Bryson 66. He led all defensemen in points this week with 10 points. He also was 19th in total points, like among everybody. Forwards, D-men, everybody, 19th this week in points.
This spoiler alert. Bryson would have been even up higher if we actually finished the Texas game, but someone doesn't like to.
Oh yeah.
Someone doesn't know how to flip the puck over correctly. That's all I want to say. You're gonna get a player from Texas as one of my shitters for the week.
But the guy who couldn't dump the puck over the boards.
No, he should have been on that list, but I spared him for Swish for being horrible. No,
that's good.
Or Barrick Sells passing it straight to Malcheski for a breakaway. That was a good one.
I love Barrick Sells, so that's such a nice guy. Let's leave him alone, okay? He's a great man. So Bryson 66 went 3-0, 2 goals, 8 assists with plus 10, and 25% shooting percentage. He took a lot of shots, 8 shots last week, so almost 3 a game. Only 4 hits. Did have a lot of giveaways, 22 giveaways, but when you're putting up those kind of numbers, I mean, that's forgivable. I mean, that's my stance on it anyways. I
looked like a young JVR out there.
Yeah, like season 25, I led all defensemen in giveaways, but I had like almost 50 points. No, I did have 50 points. But, I mean, if you're putting up numbers like that and helping the offense the way you are, I mean, there's nothing that can be said. Sorry about that. My roommate just walked in. Yeah, Bryson had a great week. I'm going to go ahead and roll right into my shitty defenseman of the week. The self-proclaimed best defenseman in the CHL, LGAHL himself, went 0-3 on Chicago this week, and a big fat -10. 6 hits, 2 PIMs, nothing really special. Only 5 giveaways and 10 takeaways, but I mean, if you're gonna claim to be the best at anything and put up numbers like that, I'm gonna shit on you. That's just the way it is, and I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Wow, that was kind of mean.
Hey, there's your dog.
Can you see her?
I did.
Yeah, just her head.
She's back there. All right. Who do you guys have? I'm gonna mute my mic for a little bit.
For our worst defenseman, I have. He unfortunately shares a name with one of our players who I feel sorry for. We have XI Lucas 29IX, right defenseman from the Bakersfield Condors. Dave, right in your alley. You should know how well he played this week. He went 0-3, 0 goals, 0 points, 0 assists, obviously, -5, 3 hits. The only redeeming quality that this guy had in the 0-3 week is that he had 1 more takeaway than giveaway. He had 8 giveaways and 9 takeaways. So you saved yourself. You still shit yourself. So congratulations. You've made my dud for the week. Get better, please. We care.
So is it my turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously.
So my pick for this week from the Bakersfield Condors just happens to be myself. So I made fun of Dunks last week for going 0-3, so I'm gonna make fun of myself for going 0-3. I'm a piece of shit. I lost 7-2, 2-0, and 4-0. I had a -10 plus minus this week. Oh, not to mention against Binghamton, I took 2 major penalties. I had 10 penalty minutes on 2 penalties. So that was fun. Takeaway giveaway was only -2, so that's not that bad. But yeah, so I had 33. After that week, I'm about halfway to a penalty minute record for an entire season for myself. So that was a god awful week, and I hope to never repeat that ever again.
Congratulations.
Mic drop.
So I think Dunks is busy at the moment, but
No, I'm fine. Sorry. He was just asking me about the internet. I was still down. He's like, "How are you doing that then?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on a hotspot."
Fucking magic.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I'm a network guy for a living. Don't ask me questions you don't want the answers to. Anyways, those guys, wow. Lucas and Down syndrome Dave just really shitting on himself.
To be
And
fair,
that's-
we're even on different D pairings.
yeah, that just shows you how great Bakersfield has become after I have left and Neji has left too.
That's pretty good.
I
That's when you were management for me, Sean.
Yeah, and the funny thing was I projected myself at the beginning of the season seeing who is on what. I said I'm still going to have my records from Bakersfield, and I think they might still stand. 73 points. You have to beat it. I don't think you are in a season.
I'll beat it. Don't worry.
Well,
This
Dave,
season on D.
I do have to ask you.
Yeah.
There's 2 majors. Were they both like hitting majors, or was one of them a fighting major? Like at least let one be a fighting major.
No. 30 seconds into the game, they dumped the puck. I hit the guy who got the puck. Boarding. Okay. I can live with it. I railed the fucker. Later on, at the end of the second period, I go to take a shot, whiff on the shot, rail some guy in the face. 5 minutes.
For interference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game, my friends. Oh my god. That's such an
Binghamton.
EA story.
Binghamton, 2 of their players are out for 3 weeks, but they won the game. We got shut out.
Fuck Binghamton. They're the only people that give me a loss.
He played better while I was in the box, too. I have to point that out.
Binghamton did give me my only loss this week. So, yeah, we don't want to talk about them. Leave them alone. I only like Howie right now.
Rochester gave me a loss, so congratulations, Rochester.
Who are my losses to? My losses to were Rochester, Binghamton, and Utica.
So let's roll into our goalies as you hear my dog running down the stairs and totally losing her balance. Goalies. Sean, who did you have as your top goalie this? Actually, let's start out with our shit goalie. Who is your shit goalie? Who's drowning
speaking
out
of
there?
the Texas game, I don't know if this guy was an ECU or what. He did play 2 games in the week, but come on. This guy gave up 8 goals in 2 periods, and we didn't finish the game. So if you give up 8 goals in 2 periods, you're worthy of this list no matter what. No matter if you went like 5-1 and you had 8 goals in 2 periods, you're still a shitter. So this guy is too much taco. I don't know. He went 0-2 in the week. He's on Texas. He had a 6.6 goals against, 41 shots against them. Only saved 30 of them. 0 shutouts, obviously, because, how do you have a 6.6 goals against? Matt Chesky, Austin, I, and Bryson, and on TV turned off X, we're having really a fun time with them. And, of course, we tried getting Team ECUs like scumbags we are, but Karuch, Jewel Nation, shout out to Offs, didn't want to proceed. Those guys, I was like, oh, let's keep on going. And the guy was like, no. So, 8 goals in 2 periods. I don't think no one's gonna exceed that. So, congratulations, you just made the list.
You just made the list. I love that. Dave, who'd you have?
So this week I picked X, L, or I because people are idiots. Dreamy. Now it's hard to pick this week. I couldn't pick a guy that only played 2 or 3 games, so I picked Dreamy. He played 5 games, went 1-4 on the week, had a 65.2 save percentage and a 4.6 goals against average, which is awful. They lost 10-0 to Springfield. 10-0. That's gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Because Springfield did not have a great week. Because I was looking at their week earlier. Jesus.
No.
Okay.
In that game, I mean, to be fair, it was the Croydon Knight Party Drew and Nelcro line, which is a good line.
Yeah.
But still, 10-0.
Yeah, no kidding. That's
terrible. Springfield also played with an ECU. Oh, so did Toronto. They both played with one ECU.
Nah, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll into this with my worst goalie, and I'm gonna roll right into my best goalie after that. Because they're both from the same team. So this week, my worst goalie is going to be none other than Bafflin from the Chicago Wolves, who went 1-3, so 1 win, has posted an awesome 69.4 save percentage and a 4.3 goals against average. Didn't really play anyone that shocked me earlier when I looked. Lost to Charlotte 5-1, beat Bakersfield 3-2. There you go, Dave.
Woo!
Lost to Wilkes-Barre 3-2. That's a good team. And lost to Providence 7-1. So also a good team. But, I mean, you only beat Bakersfield on the week. You get slapped by an average Checkers team, in my opinion, and then get railed by Providence is not a good week. Especially when, moving on to my top goalie of the week, Mr. M. Dewman himself puts up a spectacular week. He went 4-1 with an 87% save percentage and 1.34 goals against average in a shutout, playing against, in my opinion, better teams. He played Hershey, Bridgeport, Springfield, Hartford. Lehigh is a solid team. Very, very solid week for him as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did I make a good choice?
Don't second guess yourself.
I'm gonna say yes. You made
Yeah.
a very decent choice. Dunks.
Yeah, the Wolves are an okay team. They sit 4th in the Western Central, so I mean, it's not a strong division by the looks of things, but those 4 losses can come back and bite you in the ass later on, or 3 rather. But who do you guys have?
I'll go. I have A.G. Tomza from the Springfield people. No, Colorado people. Wrong
Colorado.
bird. My bad.
You've
Wrong
done
bird.
that twice tonight.
Did I?
Yeah, because you remember you said that what's his name lost to Springfield or beat Springfield. I can't remember what you said earlier.
It's,
What it was called.
It's a bird. You play for a bird. Get over
Bird. It's
it. I played for a condor, the dumb
Down
one.
syndrome, Dave.
As Bryson said, the condor, the one that flies into fucking windows.
The condors. The condors.
Anyways, he went 3-2 on the week, so I decided to pick a goalie who did not go undefeated due to his team success. I picked A.G. Tomza, who went 3-2. He had a 90% save percentage. He only allowed in 8 goals on 80 shots for 1.6 goals against average. So all I gotta say is good job, mate. It's probably not your fault that you're losing. Somebody's gonna have to rethink things because they lost 3-1 and 3-2. So somebody needs to score more goals for you. And his victories were 2-0, 2-1, and 5-1.
All right.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So my goalie pick is probably going to be like the last WWE pay-per-view, really predictable. Wrestling.
I don't, but I love your references. I miss this. I'm glad you're back.
So we had, thank you. We had King of NY 1983. He went 6-0 in the week. Wilkes-Barre Scranton. I would like to give you a shout out and not a defenseman that smashes you know what on the reg. He had a 1.33 goals against average, 73 shots against, 61 saves, 88.7 save percentage, one shutout. Certainly a lot better than facing, the 41 shots in 2 games from the other guy. So that's pretty impressive. Wilkes-Barre's always been really a good AHL team. But yeah, congratulations, King of NY. You made yourself another week on the show. Give yourself a pat on the back. Congrats.
Yeah,
So, Garrus, are you picking my, my wrestling pick'ems now?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was predictable, but whatever. Fine.
I mean, it is scripted, but sometimes they get you.
Yeah. I mean, he did have some impressive wins. The 2-1 win over Binghamton where he had 9 saves.
Oh, Garrus said
on
they were
10
scripted.
shots.
I'm not impressed anymore.
Relax. Hey. The 2-1 win over Grand Rapids too, where he had 16 saves on 17 shots is, really tremendous. And then the 12 save shutout against Milwaukee as well. Yeah, King of NY has put up a great season. He was a re-sign for them, and personally, I'm against re-signing goalies. But if he's going to keep playing like that, fuck it. Who cares, right? Who cares what I have to say?
Yeah, right.
But is that everything? Did we go over?
Yeah, that was all the players.
Oh man, that's it, guys. That's it for the show. There's no surprises this week, except Toronto really fell off. Did you guys see that? Well, they did pick
No.
up Buck, so what do you expect? They were
Pew,
second.
pew.
Hey,
They were.
everyone we're friends now for the media show, so all the media team members are friends now. So
Listen, I was nice. I was nice last season to them when they just completely kept ripping on us and ripped us apart.
hey, if you're watching your show, competition helps.
To be fair,
Competition.
didn't even watch the show, so I didn't know that they took shots at us.
That was last season.
Last season they went on a 10-minute rant, but
Yeah, no, I didn't watch this show at all, so I didn't know this.
That's fair. That's fair. I will say Deadly Do Right's doing big things over there, and I really enjoy it. So keep it up, buddy. But that's it for our show this week. Garrus, thank you for joining us, and hopefully you'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have Garrus back as a member. I appreciate everybody watching. You guys want to say goodbyes before I sign us out?
Bye. Hopefully,
Bye,
the people
Mom.
who did bad can do good this week.
Yeah, we believe in you. Okay. When nobody else will.
Also, another shout out before I get accusations of dodging the San Diego game. I do have work. So Zaka and company, this is for you. This is my work schedule. It says Tuesday, March 6, 2018. I work 4:30 to 8:30, and my job is approximately 30 minutes away from my house. So I will not be able to play this game. I apologize in advance. Thank you very much.
You're a beautiful man.
I'm very surprised that you brought proof. Yeah, that's
better than me. I would just
normally
say
you
fuck you. My availability's been shit for seasons now, so suck
yeah,
my
like I
ass.
dodged the San Jose game week 1.
Did you?
No,
Oh.
I actually had to work too. I have proof.
I'm pretty
I
sure
will pull it up on my phone.
I'm pretty sure Neil X25 has way better availability than the 4 games he's been given. I'm pretty sure he just picks the 4 worst teams every week and says, "Yeah, these are the games I'm available for this week."
Well, he pushed in my anal cavity this week, so
He's a muffin. Anyways,
bye, Mom.
Bye. Let's end it there. I got a lot of editing to do, but I'll see you guys next week on episode 3 of Rink Talk. I hope you all enjoyed, and goodbye.